comics today. I like these things. Good morning, Holland. Welcome back to school. Today is Friday. It's September 25th, 2020. And here are your morning announcements. Caught me reading one of my favorite comic books this morning because today is National Comic Book Day. I hope you take a moment to pick up one of your own favorite comics today and spend a little time reading and enjoying it, especially on this beautiful day. Make sure if you do spend a little bit of time reading your comic books today too, let us know on Facebook what your favorite comic is or who your favorite comic book hero is. Mine, Wolverine all the way. As we get ready to transition back into our hybrid model next week, please know that Mrs. Hartbarger sent out an email this week reminding students and parents about the both drop-off and pickup procedures for our building during this hybrid learning time. As a reminder, parents, you will not be allowed in the building at this point in time, along with no birthday treats along in the building, and a lot of other restrictions in place for the safety of your students. So please take a moment to review all of those things. And with that hybrid week coming up, once again, I want to remind that students with the last names A through L will be here on Tuesday and Thursday, and students with the last names M through Z will be here on Wednesdays and Fridays. All right, we're going to cut things outside to Mr. Evans for his weather report. Mr. Evans, whew, it's looking like a beautiful day outside today, sir.
Oh, hey, Mr. Lowry. Hey, kids, friends. Doesn't really get any better than this. Sun shining, 80 degrees. You know what, Mr. Lowry, if you could do me a favor, would you just tell Mrs. Hartbarger, I think I'm going to be out here the rest of the day. You okay with that? Hope so. Back to you, Mr. Lowry.
Mr. Evans, I'll be out there to join you in just a minute, buddy. And hey, don't tell Miss Hartbarger we're out there. All right, we're going to cut things over to Mr. G now for his final update on Start with Hello Week. Mr. G.
Thanks, Mr. Lowry. You dropped a piece of your sunglasses there. Today is the last day of Start with Hello Week. So, some of the topics that we've talked about this week is simply saying hello to someone new or someone who maybe is looking left out in the playground, at recess, wherever we can. We talked a little bit about diversity and being inclusive, which means including people as much as possible or maybe compromising and playing a game that they can play. And then the last few days we talked about empathy and understanding how other people feel and putting yourself in their shoes and their experiences. So on our day today, we talked a little bit about different scenarios in class and how we can make the best choice and be the most empathetic towards everybody else. So on our last day, don't forget to check the Facebook post and see what you're supposed to post, picture or video. So have a great Friday. We'll see you all in person on Tuesday. Back to you, Mr. Lowry.
Thanks very much, Mr. G. All right, we are going to cut over to our highlighted staff member of the week. This week, it's Mrs. Flowers for 5 questions and a fact.
Well, thank you, Mr. Lowry. It's time once again for our popular segment called 5 Questions and a Fact. And each week we take the current Hawk Employee of the Week and we do an interview with them called 5 Questions and a Fact. Joining me this week is 5th grade teacher, Mrs. Flowers. Welcome.
Hi.
You a little nervous?
Okay.
Now, this is not a question, but I want you to explain your shirt. It says Watermelonicious.
So Watermelonicious is the name of our classroom that our 5th graders have voted on. And our turtle is our mascot. So I have a shirt dedicated just to our class.
All right, and if your class is watching this right now, I'll give a huge shout out for your teacher, Mrs. Flowers, and they'll be back next week, so we're excited for that. Mrs. Flowers, it's time to get to know you a little bit.
Right.
Okay? What do you enjoy to do in your free time?
On my free time, I enjoy spending time with my kids outside, working in my garden, or water my flowers, going around the block, just spending time outside and with my kids.
Have your flowers survived?
So far, yes. I have lots of tomatoes, lots of big flowers, and looking forward to mums for the fall season.
Very good, very good. What do you like best about your job?
Oh, best about my job is definitely working with the students. Really enjoy working with them, their creativity, just their humor. It's so much fun working with them and coming to school every day.
How many years you been teaching?
I think this is my 11th year, if I counted correct.
And her second year here at Holland, and we are super happy to have her. All right, we're going to get to some of these tough questions. If you weren't a teacher, what would you be?
I think if I weren't a teacher, I would be a photographer for National Geographic.
So you wouldn't be afraid of going up those wild animals and taking pictures of them?
Probably, but having a good camera lens, zoom. But back in my days, I did fun stuff with getting up close with animals.
Very cool, very cool. Are you a dog person or a cat person?
Now, although I have a cat and a dog, I would say I'm a dog person.
Okay, I've seen a picture. We're going to share a picture of your dog on Monday. Can you tell us your dog's name?
His name is Bruce, for Bruce Wayne, and he's got a Batman collar.
It's pretty big.
Yes, he's about 75 pounds of just cute, cuddly dog, though.
All right, Batman collar. So Mr. G, big fan of Batman.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this is the tough question. I mean, I don't know where we come up with these, but you don't know this question in advance. Here's a scenario.
Oh boy.
You've been given an elephant. You cannot sell the elephant or give it away. So what would you do with the elephant?
I would see if there's a sanctuary nearby.
Nice.
So that he could spend his days in a peaceful place where he's will be safe.
Sounds like it sounds like you're not giving it away, but you're pawning it off on somebody else.
Oh no!
All right, Mrs. Flowers, last thing, tell us one interesting fact about yourself.
Interesting fact is that I've gone skydiving, paragliding, parasailing, and I've gone swimming with the sharks. There's some fun facts about myself when I used to teach in Hawaii.
So clearly, there's a lot of facts there. Why would you leave teaching Hawaii? Is that clearly she is not afraid of heights?
No. I came back and was born and raised here in Toledo, and I wanted to be back here with my family. I missed them after 4 years.
All right, well, we are certainly glad you joined us. We're glad to have you back this week. And students, even though you'll be back next week, we are going to continue on with this segment each and every week so you get a chance to get to know your teachers up close and personal. Back to you, Mr. Lowry.
Great interview, Miss Flowers. I hope you all enjoy learning a little bit more about Mrs. Flowers today. But unfortunately, bad news, Miss Flowers. You're wrong about elephants. If somebody gives you an elephant, you give it a feather, convince them that it's magical, and you teach that elephant how to fly. All right, it's time for Mr. G's Joke of the Day. Mr. G, take it away, sir.
Thanks, Mr. Lowry. Your joke for this Friday is, what do you call a pig who does karate? A pork chop. So, in the words of Miss Piggy, hey-ya! Back to you, Mr. Lowry.
Finally, a good joke, Mr. G. You're making me hungry. I like that one. Good job. Okay, well, that's all your announcements for Friday and for this week, Holland. If you'd like to, you may rise, do the Pledge of Allegiance together at home, have an absolutely wonderful weekend. Don't forget to post who your favorite comic book or comic book hero is, and I'm going to go ahead and enjoy myself a piece of candy before we leave for the weekend, since this jar has still gone unclaimed. Take care, everybody.